We all got to eat, and you got to buy your food from somewhere. And I don't think anybody has the budget to eat out at nice restaurants all day, every day, even though that would be nice to help out the economy pretty greatly. But we all have to buy food from somewhere. Where do you buy your food? 217-629-7970. That's the phone number here, live and local. Again, 217-629-7970. And I want to hear from you. Where do you buy your food? Because a new list out from USA Today has the top 10 national grocery store chains. But I want to hear from some of you out there who go to some of the local owned grocery store chains. And in particular, like Humphreys or the Magros or elsewhere. But let's hear about it. 217-629-7970. Let's get some love out there for the grocery stores. Because I tell you what, they get a lot of our money. That's for sure. But they also have increased prices because they have increased costs. Everything from labor costs to just being able to get the goods that they need to provide for you to be able to buy. So let's hear it. Where do you do your grocery shopping? 217-629-7970. So the top 3 grocery store chains, according to USA Today, in a vote of a bunch of people getting together and voting through USA Today, the top 3 were, number 1, the Fresh Market. I've never heard of it. Apparently, they do have some locations in Illinois and throughout the Midwest, but that made the top spot, the Fresh Market. So I'm not familiar with that. Maybe somebody who's from a different area, transplanted to Springfield, welcome. Maybe you have an idea about the Fresh Market, but I've never heard of it. The second place taker on this list of the best supermarkets, Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee landed at number 2. Now, we've got a Hy-Vee in Springfield. I'll tell you, that's where I shop just because of the convenience. Ask Megan. I'm every Saturday loading up a grocery cart in the online cart, and I bug her time and again. What else do we need? What else do we need? What else do we need? Because there's been times where I'll click the order button, and then 10 minutes later, Megan's like, hey, did you get olives or whatever it may be? And I'll be like, I didn't get olives. But that's not the only place we go. We also go to one of the local meat stores to pick up some meats that we seem to have problems finding elsewhere. So, for instance, we'll go into Magros and pick up some chicken thighs or some steaks or hamburger or sausage or things along those lines. And Magros has a whole bunch of grocery items as well that they have available. So I want to hear from you. Where do you do your grocery shopping? 217-629-7970. Number 3 on this list from USA Today, Aldi. That's right, Aldi, making number 3 for the best supermarkets, but these are just nationwide supermarkets. I want to hear from you. Where do you shop? Good morning. You're on WMAY.
Hey, good morning, Greg. Aldi's is definitely our go-to. It's very cheap. It's organic, and it's great quality food. For other items, we go to Hy-Vee because of the fuel saver. That definitely helps right now, especially if they have deals. We've got as low as about 30 cents a gallon before after saving up our points.
I tell you what, I've gotten like $2+ off with my gas savers points. Now that only happened once, and that was when gas was about $3, so it was pretty nice. But you do pay a little bit higher prices when you're taking part in those types of programs, and I think that people have to have their eyes wide open when they go into those situations.
Oh yeah, you gotta juggle it all. And then for meat, we go to Humphreys Meat Market, great quality food. Locally pressed. I mean, Hinkle's Bacon is usually there. So those are kind of our 3 go-to for all our groceries.
Right on. No, I appreciate that. 217-629-7970 is the phone number, now 816. It is Springfield's Morning News talking about a list of the best supermarkets. Now, this is from USA Today. They're national chains like the Hy-Vee, like the Aldi's. But just looking at the array of different grocery stores we've got all across the area, of course, was mentioned Humphreys Market. You've got Magros. You've got Save-A-Lot on the list here. Not as the top grocery stores, but just in the area. You've got Ruler Foods, Kent's IGA. I grew up going to IGAs. So sad not to see that on this list from USA Today. But I want to hear from you. Where do you do your grocery shopping? Good morning.
Good morning, Greg. And you're so funny thinking people outside the state transplant here. Oh my gosh, you're so funny thinking people move here.
It
But
happened.
no,
Listen, it happens, but more people are moving out than people are moving in. So there's that.
yeah, like one every 50. I mean, come on, Greg. Anyway, no, Aldi, what me and my family do, we go to Aldi first. We get what we need. We get all of it. They actually have really great fresh produce, and I mean their fruit is actually top notch. To be quite honest, if you get there in the beginning of the week, they actually put it out fresh, and it's good. It is great. From
Now,
there,
by
we
beginning
actually
of week, what are you talking about? You talking about Sunday or are you talking
Sunday,
Monday?
Sunday, Monday, because they put some out Sunday, and then they put other stuff that they get on the truck or whatever
Right.
out Monday. So if you're there Sunday, Monday, you're good to go.
Just don't go
And
there on Thursday thinking you're going to get the freshest produce, is what you're saying.
right, exactly. And then we go to Wally World and basically get some of the extra stuff there. And from there, if we can't find what we're really looking for, we'll actually either go to Target or Hy-Vee. And from there, you're spending a little more, a little extra, but you actually find some of the items. Like my kids like this specialty chicken, and for some reason it's really only at Target or Hy-Vee. And so of course we're spending the extra $2 for a bag of it, but they eat it, and it's made with the bread is actually made with veggies, so they actually get their serving of veggies and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
But for meat, like you said, Magros, my family, I have a distant cousin who actually owns a dairy farm. So we actually buy a cow from them and then get it butchered to where it's only, the last time we got it, I think it averaged about $3 a pound to get all of it. And that
I need to find some. I need to get that lined up. We got a freezer now where we've got some foods that are in there, but I need to do that myself. Hey, I appreciate the call. Good roundabout there of different grocery stores. Hearing from you at 217-629-7970 with Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop. Where do you grocery shop? And I'm looking again here, just the map of Springfield. We've got County Market, we've got Country Market, we've got the Hy-Vee, we've got Magros, we've got Humphreys, Save-A-Lot, Ruler Foods. How can you not mention Schnucks, for instance, in some of the other smaller towns around the area? You've got IGAs. Where do you grocery shop? Good morning. You're on WMAY.
Well, good morning, Greg. That's a good question. I'm going to get on that bandwagon. Hy-Vee, number one. And my wife, she's always getting the deals. Like, so you get these coupons and uses those, of course, and buys the fuel saver stuff. And then,
But one thing I've noticed about Hy-Vee is they have the smaller size things. When I may want like a jumbo size thing of peanut butter, right? I can get a bigger thing of peanut butter at Hy-Vee, but I can't get like the super ultra jumbo size, right?
Not at Aldi, not at Hy-Vee.
Not at Hy-Vee, no.
Not very much. We go to Aldi's, for things that like not everything, but like the one fellow said, sometimes for different fruits or vegetables, and then spices and whatnot, a pretty good deal. And of course, you go to like one of the Dollar General, whatnot, for your cleaning products, like laundry soap, hair conditioner, whatever they use.
So I'm definitely picking up on a strategy that a lot of you have on, you go to one place for maybe fresh produce, another place for meats, another place for cleaning products. Interesting. I'll tell you one thing. He mentioned spice. We definitely hit up the Little World International Food Market from time to time to get some, I think it's miso. We use that in some of our cooking, so there's that as well. It's in the mix. A couple of more calls here. Where do you grocery shop as we look at the top national grocery chains, Hy-Vee being on the list, Aldi being on the list? We've got those right here in our backyard. Where do you grocery shop? Good morning.
Good morning. I do a few places. I do my initial shop at Aldi's, and there's certain things I'll buy there, and there's certain things I've tried that I don't like. But for the most part, Aldi's can provide some pretty quality products. And then I'll hit Walmart and finish up at Walmart for my staples and stuff. As summer gets in place and I'm grilling more, then I start looking at Humphreys for meats and stuff. And I'm in the grocery business, so I'm out in a variety of different stores. And a lot of times these smaller town grocery stores, they have awesome meat, and they'll have great deals. So I'll stock up when I see something, I don't know, like a prime rib or something for $6.99 a pound. I'll buy a 12-pounder and slice it and make my own steaks out of it, but stuff like that. But yeah, mainly Aldi's and Walmart are my two go-tos.
Right on.
No, and Harvest Market, because they have the best ooey gooey cinnamon buns in 4 to a pack.
Stop
so
it.
I have to go to Harvest Market and get ooey gooey cinnamon buns.
But those are only for special occasions. You don't want to eat those every day, or else you'll have to start training for a half marathon. 217-629-7970. Springfield's Morning News. Where do you do your grocery shopping? Again, we're hearing from some interesting variety of places that people go to, kind of strategically, really. Which is pretty neat to hear. Where do you grocery shop? Good morning. Aldi's.
Yeah, because they got their own brand of nuts that everybody likes. They're real good.
Interesting. So like mixed nuts and things like that. All right, I got you. 217-629-7970. A few more. Good morning. Actually, you know what? This is the last call. I got to take a break here soon. Where do you grocery shop?
Well, we basically have a pattern. We start out at Sam's in order to buy the bulk stuff of like trash bags, laundry detergent, anything like that.
And Sam's is where they have like you can buy it big, right? Like you can buy it bulk.
Yeah, so usually we wait until it gets, far enough down or whatever, and we go there. Then it's basically Aldi for most everything else. And then we stop at Meijer because they usually have the best prices for lunch meat.
There you go.
And that's usually our pattern. And if we go for any kind of fresh meat, I always like Country Market.
Yeah, Country Market's got some great local produce. Of course, you've got Humphreys Market with some great local foods, and Magro's as well with some great local foods. So, and I appreciate it. The list that we were talking about is the best supermarket chains around the country. And just to give you that list, the Fresh Market, I've never heard of that. Hy-Vee was number 2. Aldi was number 3. Lidl, number 4. Stu Leonard's, never heard of that. Market Basket, never heard of that. Publix, I've been there, a lot of those down south. Wegmans Food Markets, never heard of that. Trader Joe's, I've heard of that. I don't think I've been there. But also PCC Community Markets. Again, this is a list from USA Today, but it's interesting because we got 2 of the top 3 right in our backyard. But that does not do, obviously, justice, because you're hearing from everybody today. They may go to some of these national chains, but they're strategically going to different stores, including some of those locally owned stores like the Humphreys Market, like the Magro Meats, like the Country Markets. So very cool to hear, and it's right here on Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop. Thanks for